Well, Dr. Syed Mostafa Khoshcheshm is a professor of news and media at FA's News and Media Faculty, Applied Sciences, University of Iran. He joins us now live from Tehran. Good to have you on the show, sir. What other options other than the International Court of Justice does Iran have to get these sanctions overturned? And why is it bringing up this 1955 treaty now? If it stands, then why hasn't it brought it up before?
Hello, and good to be with you again. Well, you know, sanctions
Our apologies, we seem to be having some issues there with
and,
the
international...
Please, no, continue.
Okay. I was just telling you that sanctions mean a declaration of war, and they entitle the United Nations and other world bodies to take any kind of action, even hostile, even force or boycotts countering the sanctions, any kind of moves in order to stop hostile action or a kind of war that has been imposed on the target or the victim country. That's very important. But unfortunately, the United Nations has failed to, all throughout the last 4 decades, to take any kind of action.
My apologies. I want to move on. The currency has plummeted already. If the US makes good on its threat to punish those who import Iranian oil, what impact would that have on Iran's economy?
Well, let me get through with the first question first. The U.S. has abrogated the deal. The deal was based on UN Resolution 2231, and that meant disrespect for the United Nations Security Council. The UN again should have taken action to punish the United States, not just to stop the sanctions, but to punish Washington for its violations. It has not done that, unfortunately. That's why many believe that the UN is growingly becoming an instrument in the hands of the United States and its allies. The second point is that Iran is entitled by every means to stand against the bullying actions of the United States, to take to the court. The first thing that the ICC needs to do is halting the hostile action under dispute. So after that, there is no way out but to vote in Iran's favor, because these sanctions that the U.S. has imposed on Iran, they fall out of UN Charter Chapter 7, and there is no UN Security Council sanction supporting them, a resolution supporting them actually. So they are illegal by every means, and the court's ruling should be only one, and that's a ruling for a halt of the U.S. sanctions. If the U.S. defies, then the take would be taken to the UN Security Council. If they don't force the U.S., then the UN, the ICC, and others would be discredited very much. Otherwise, it would be in Iran's favor. But referring to your second question with regard to oil sanctions, you know, at the time of Obama, when the sanctions were harsher, and because of Obama and his lobbying team and skills and Hillary Clinton, they failed to reduce Iran's oil supplies any lower than 1.2 million barrels of oil each day on average. Right now, Iran is exporting some 2.5 million, 2.4 million barrels a day. They may not be able to cut Iran's oil supplies more than 40%. In the meantime, Iranian oil minister has stated new plans in order to bypass the sanctions. Iran has several plans to find new customers for its oil, and it has done so, including the Chinese, who have rejected replacing Iranian supplies with American supplies. So this is a very tough war, actually, an oil war between Iran and the United States. And the U.S., even the most optimists in Washington, believe that they would not be able to cut off Iran's oil supplies any lower than 1.2 million. So the impact that they desire would not be created. The impacts would not be catastrophic.
Maybe more bite than bark on behalf of the US on the oil front then. Thank you so much for that. Our apologies for those technical issues. That's Dr. Syed Mostafa Khoshcheshm from the FA News and Media Faculty at the Applied Sciences, University of Iran.